Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly. This is KBellaBeauty, and I have not filmed a video in a really long time. Also, if you hear any weird snorting, Royce has decided to join us for this video as well. But I haven't filmed in a while. Long story short, I'm actually really good at doing like short story long, but long story short, if you saw my VIB and Ulta sale haul, I kind of talked about what was going on. My dad was in an accident and had a brain injury, and he had been recovering from that. And after 2 months, you know, it's actually been a little bit more than 2 months since his accident, but after about 2 months, he still wasn't feeling very good and still had constant headaches and went to get checked out and ended up needing brain surgery. So I'm actually filming on 4th of July, so happy 4th of July, although by the time this goes up, that will be over with. But yeah, last week was his surgery. It was 7 days post-surgery yesterday, so he's a week out of surgery, he's home, he's recuperating, he's improving, but you know, he's got some healing ahead of him. So my world has kind of been revolving around my parents lately. I just finished teaching summer school. I'm a teacher, if you didn't know, and so I've just been trying to help my parents out. I've had some siblings come in town, and YouTube and my beauty stuff has kind of taken a back seat. So I'm here, I'm ready to jump back in. I want to film a video for you today. Hopefully I can get it up this weekend, but I decided I haven't filmed a pass grab or undecided in a while, and I mean I honestly hadn't been paying attention to like new releases anyway. So I got online, I've been searching around the past couple of days to kind of see what's out there, and I found that a lot of eyeshadow palettes are coming out, so I decided that I would do a palette edition. So this is my pass grab or undecided, but we're going to focus on eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to talk about some of the palettes that are coming up this month or may have just released, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts. Am I passing on it? Am I interested in grabbing? And by grab, I mean it's like a wish list. Like I'm not like going out to make big purchases right now, but you know, my grab items are like wish list items, and then if there are any palettes that are undecided, I will let you know about that as well. So if you're interested in checking that video out, go ahead and keep on watching. So one of the first palettes that I saw, and I actually just saw this a couple weeks ago scrolling through Instagram. I'm looking at the Trend Mood 1 Instagram, so I'll link her down below as always. But it looks like Urban Decay is coming out with an eyeshadow palette, and originally it caught my eye because it is called Born to Run, and it's travel inspired. So I am a huge traveler. Like my husband and I love to travel. We've been to Europe several times since we've been married. We just celebrated 5 years together, and our most recent trip last summer we went to Italy, and I have vlogs on that. I can leave that down below, but I saw this and I was like, travel? Like I love traveling. So this palette has 21 shades, different finishes. It looks like it's going to be a hard case packaging, so probably good for travel. The packaging looks really cute because it looks like there's just different travel pictures. And then on the inside you have a nice big mirror, which will actually be really good for traveling as well. And it looks like you have a good variety of eyeshadows in here. It looks like there are like matte neutrals across the top. You have some berry colors, some oranges, purple, copper, even some green. It looks like there's a matte black in there, as well as maybe some sort of cream shade in the top corner to set your eyeshadow base with. This is $49, and it's going to be available in July. I don't know if they've come up with a date. The post that I'm looking at is from June 5th, so there may be a date out there. I'll list it on the screen if I find it, but this is coming out in July, and I have to say, I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued on this eyeshadow palette. I do think this would be a great palette to travel with, and originally, sorry if you hear my dogs, originally I was going to say that this was a pass palette, but I think I have to say undecided. After processing, after looking at it, after talking about it in this video, I think I'm gonna have to say I'm undecided because I have tons of eyeshadow palettes. Like I don't have, okay, let me clarify tons. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes for like one person. Like I maybe have like 10 to 12. I've seen some like declutters and eyeshadow palette collections where people have like, you know, 30, 40, 50, hundreds of eyeshadow palettes. I don't have that many. But I have like 10 to 12, which is like way more than like one person needs. So I feel like I don't need any eyeshadow palettes. But this one looks very good for travel. It just looks like you have a lot of options in one, and so that's why I'm undecided. It is $49, which is you know, a little on the pricey end, but if you think about Urban Decay's other eyeshadows, like their nakeds are usually around $52, and I think they only have 12 shades. So this is almost double. There's 21 shades. And you get it for $49. So I think it's a really good deal. The eyeshadow palette looks really promising. So I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit more. But I wanna know, one, if you're a traveler, what is your favorite place that you've ever been to, or what is like your dream travel destination where you really wanna go? And two, I wanna know if you're gonna get this palette. So let me know down below. I'm undecided. I wanna hear what you guys have to say. This next palette has been released. It is a summer 2018 collection, and it's already sold out. And that is by Kristen Dominique, or Dominique Cosmetics. She came out with a lemonade collection, and there is a beautiful lemonade eyeshadow palette. It looks like this released in June, and I actually don't see a price. So I will find the price and list it on the screen for you guys. But this is Kristen Dominique, or Dominique Cosmetics' second eyeshadow palette. They do have the latte palette. I had the latte palette in another video, and I said I was undecided on it. And I'm actually still, I'm kind of leaning toward getting it. I haven't gotten it yet. I want to try Dominique Cosmetics, and that eyeshadow palette looks like it has some really cool like metallic shades in there. So I'm leaning towards getting that one, although I haven't picked it up yet. So now this is her second palette. It's the Lemonade palette. It looks like this has perhaps five mattes. I can't really tell if Lemon Soda is like a matte or a sheen. There's 4 mattes for sure. And then it looks like maybe another 5 shimmer or metallic shades. It looks really, really pretty. It honestly, I'm very interested in trying out her eyeshadow palettes because her shimmers look really, really nice. So this palette looks beautiful, but I don't feel a strong pull to get it. And I can't really pinpoint it. Like, there's not one thing. I mean, the shades in the palette look beautiful. I really like the ombre tone of the actual packaging. The packaging looks really sleek, but I just don't have a strong pull to this palette. And because I already have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, I do want to try Kristen Dominique, but it's not Kristen Dominique. I do want to try Dominique Cosmetics, but I'm leaning more toward the latte palette. So this is going to be a pass for me. But it is sold out. She did say on her Instagram that she's going to restock, that they're going to come out with more palettes. But if you guys did pick this up, let me know what you think down below. I'd be interested to hear because it looks beautiful. But I don't want to buy something just because it looks pretty. Like, I want to buy something that I'm going to use. So let me know what you think, but this is a pass for me. So was anybody else surprised when they saw that Jaclyn Hill and Morphe were collaborating again to come out with more eyeshadow palettes? Like, I gotta admit, I don't know why I was surprised, but it like caught me off guard. I have the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. I love it. It's a great palette. I use it all the time. It's definitely one of my favorites. However, I wasn't really expecting her to come out with 4 more eyeshadow palettes and call it her Vault collection. It caught me off guard. So I'm just wondering if anybody else felt that way. But Jaclyn and Morphe collaborated. Jaclyn said in her video that when she was coming up with the Jaclyn Hill palette, they created a ton of eyeshadow shades, and that a bunch of them basically just like went into a vault. Like, all of the shades that she didn't use were put away, and she decided with Morphe that they were gonna bring them back out, and she was going to create 4 more palettes. Now, I do like that these palettes are smaller. So she did 4 palettes with 10 eyeshadows in each instead of one big palette. The Jaclyn Hill palette is kind of hard to travel with just because it is so large, and a lot of people talked about the fact that there's no mirror in that one, and so she did 4 smaller palettes. She has them arranged by color, and she has a mirror inside each of them. I do think it's cool that you can get the entire Vault collection for $49, or if there's just 1 or 2 eyeshadow palettes that you're interested in and not all 4, you can purchase them separately for $15 each. She listened to her subscribers. She put a mirror in there. A lot of people were concerned about that. And these are just eyeshadows that she created with Morphe when she was coming up with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and now she's releasing them. So they look really interesting to me. I know there is a Dark Magic, which is the deep green blue tones, I believe. Armed and Gorgeous has yellows, greens, and oranges. Bling Boss is the one that stood out the most to me, which are the purples. I love purple shades. And then Ring the Alarm is the warm toned palette. Ring the Alarm was probably the one where I was like, I feel like I can pass on that because I have a ton of warm toned shades, and there's a ton of warm toned shades in the Jaclyn Hill palette. But Bling Boss definitely stood out to me. Now, I'm not 100% sure when they're releasing this. It was supposed to release June 26th, and then Morphe came out on their Instagram and said that there were some inconsistencies in the way the eyeshadows were pressed, I believe. And so I don't know if they found this when they sent out PR packages, but there were some inconsistencies, and so they wanted to delay the release because they wanted to get it right. Now, originally I was thinking that I might purchase a palette, probably the Purples palette. However, now I'm on the fence, and I'm leaning toward not purchasing it. I'm leaning toward a pass. I guess maybe I have to say I'm a little undecided on this as well. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass on the other 3. I'm undecided on Bling Boss. I might get that. There's some really cool purple shades in there. But I watched my friend Samantha March's video. I think she did 2 videos using these palettes. She did one where she did a look with each one, and then she did a review. So I will list her review down below, which is really helpful if you're interested in purchasing this. But after watching that, I was kind of actually like, maybe I'm gonna pass. So I think I'm gonna pass on this. Bling Boss is a maybe for me and undecided, but the other 3 I'm definitely gonna pass on. However, I have been thinking about, and let me know what you guys think about this. I've been MIA, I feel really bad about that, and I want to do a giveaway. So I was thinking about purchasing the Vault for $49, but then doing a giveaway and giving away all 4 palettes, but to 4 different people. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know down below so that I can do that. But also, like, how are you guys feeling about this release? Like, were you a little weirded out by it, or were you like super excited? I'd love to know. ColourPop is releasing 2 new eyeshadow palettes, part of their summer 2018 collection. They have a Sol palette, and Sol means sun in Spanish, if you didn't know. And that one looks super duper warm toned with some reds and oranges. It's very fiery. And then they have a Mar palette, and Mar, I'm pretty sure it means sea, like S-E-A, like the sea, like the ocean. And that has, they still have some copper tones in there, but it looks like they have 3 like blue-green shades as well. Each of these eyeshadow palettes will retail for $12, and this is going to be available June 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on ColourPop's website. Each of these palettes has 9 eyeshadows in them, and I have to be honest, at first glance, when I first saw these online, I thought it was another Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette because it looks like the same shape as her smaller palettes. Let me show you the one that I do have. So I have her, which one is this? This is the Blue Honey, I believe. It doesn't even say it on here, so what if I really did forget? And then like I can't tell people. This is the Blue Honey palette. So it's small, it's compact, there's no mirror, but then you have the 9 eyeshadows inside. And there's also no mirror on these. On the ColourPop, it'll say either Sol or Mar on the top, and then you have the eyeshadows. So they look super cute. I've been wanting to try ColourPop eyeshadows. These are only $12. They're super duper affordable. I think I would pass on the MAUVE because it kind of reminds me of Blue Honey a little bit, but I might grab the Soul. It's very warm toned. I have warm toned shades already, I know. I have a ton of them, but I haven't tried ColourPop yet. I've been wanting to try ColourPop. I really like warm toned shades, so I think I'm gonna put Soul on my grab list. And I think I'm going to end this video with one final palette, and that is by Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty, which is owned by Rihanna, if you didn't know, is coming out with another collection called Moroccan Spice. And they have an eyeshadow palette which includes matte and shimmery shades for $59. It looks like there are, let me see here. It looks like there are 16 shades. They are more on the warm tone side. You have some golds, you have some coppers, some reds, some oranges, but then you do have some cool tone shades. You have a gray, you have a blue. It looks like you have maybe, I can't tell if it's like a black shimmer shade or like a charcoal. You have a little bit of both here, and it does look like this palette also comes with a mirror inside. I think her packaging is pretty sturdy. It's hard to tell from the picture that I'm looking at, but I don't think it's cardboard packaging. I think it's some kind of plastic packaging. And then of course she does like a little design. She makes it unique, okay? She makes her eyeshadows. She turns her eyeshadow pan sideways so they look like little diamonds, which I think is super cute. But this eyeshadow palette is going to be available online July 6th. And it looks like you can pick it up at Sephora, at Harvey Nichols, and at Sephora in JCPenney. Does Fenty Beauty have their own website? I'm not 100% sure if they do or not, but if they do, you can probably pick it up there as well. I have only tried one thing from Fenty Beauty, and it has been their sponge, and I did test it out Tuesday on the Fenty Beauty sponge, but none of her makeup products have really drawn me in. And this eyeshadow palette, I mean, it looks really pretty, but I don't really want to spend 60 bucks on it, if I'm being honest. $60 for 16 shades. The swatches look nice on the arm that I'm seeing on Trend Mood. They swatched all of them. But it's kind of like the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. It's just not calling to me. I think the shades are beautiful. I think there's a nice variety there. I like that she put a mirror in there because I know a lot of people always talk about how they want a mirror in palettes, but it's just not drawing me in. And for $60, if I'm not gonna love you, I don't wanna spend my money on you. So this is gonna be a pass for me. But if you have tried any of her eyeshadow palettes in the past, I think she just had the Galaxy palette, I would love to know what you guys think of her eyeshadow formula. Like, do you like her formula? Is that worth looking into in the future? Anybody picking this one up? I would like to know what you guys think about it, but for me, that's gonna be a pass. And I'm gonna end it there. I had a couple more palettes tagged on Instagram, so if you are interested in a part 2 of Pass Grab or Undecided Palette Edition, let me know and I can share my thoughts with you down below. But I'm gonna stop there. I feel like this video is long enough. My dogs have been playing pretty much the entire time, so sorry if you heard any of their rambunctiousness in the background. But I'm gonna close off here. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, I hope that you will subscribe before you go. I haven't been posting very regularly because of the health stuff with my dad, but I'm trying to get back into it. It's summer. I do have some trips planned, but I also have some time. I'm gonna try to film for you guys, and typically my posting schedule is Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I was doing really good in the beginning of the year with a bonus video on Mondays or Tuesdays, so I'd like to get back into that. I'm gonna try. I hope that you'll subscribe, stick around, thumbs up this video if you did enjoy it, but otherwise I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.